Rich Dad, Poor Dad is one of the most famous personal finance books in the world, written by Robert T Kiyosaki. This book teaches us how money works, and more importantly, how our thoughts about money can make us rich or keep us poor. Background: Robert grew up with two father figures. One was his real father, an educated man with a stable government job, who believed in studying hard, getting a good degree, and then working for a company until retirement. Robert calls him Poor Dad. The other was the father of his best friend Mike, a businessman and investor who never finished college but was financially smart. He became very rich. Robert calls him Rich Dad. From both fathers, Robert learned life-changing lessons, as both have two very different ways of thinking about money, education, work, and success. Chapter 1. The rich don't work for money. When Robert was just 9 years old, he and his friend Mike wanted to make money. They started by melting toothpaste tubes to make fake coins, but soon learned it was illegal. Disappointed, they asked Mike's father, "How can we make money?" Rich Dad didn't give them money. Instead, he offered to teach them about money if they agreed to work for him for free. Robert learned an early lesson. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich make money work for them. At first, Robert got frustrated. He felt exploited because he worked hard but didn't get paid. That's when Rich Dad explained the trap that most people fall into. They work for a paycheck, get used to it, and then become dependent on it. Their fear of being without money makes them slaves to jobs they don't even like. Rich Dad wanted Robert to see the world through a different lens, to understand that opportunities are everywhere if you train your mind to think creatively, not fearfully. Lesson: don't chase money. Learn to recognize opportunities and build systems that generate income for you. Chapter 2. Why teach financial literacy? Rich Dad told Robert, "It's not how much money you make. It's how much money you keep." Most people struggle financially because they don't understand money. They spend everything they earn, or even more, without knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. Assets are things that put money into your pocket. Liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. For example, an asset could be a rental property, a business, or investments that generate income. A liability could be a big house, car loans, or credit card debt. Many people think buying a house is an asset. But if you're paying monthly installments, maintenance, and taxes, it's actually taking money out of your pocket every month. That's a liability, not an asset. Rich people buy assets first. Poor people buy liabilities, but they call them assets. Lesson: to get rich, you must focus on building assets, things that make you money while you sleep. Chapter 3. Mind your own business. Most people work hard for others. They work for their employer, for the government through taxes, and for the bank through loans. Rich Dad taught Robert to mind his own business. That means, even if you have a job, always focus on building your own asset column. Your true business is your investments, your money-making system, not your day job. Robert began buying real estate, stocks, and building small businesses even when he was working for someone else. Over time, his assets started generating enough cash flow to make him financially independent. Lesson: don't depend only on your salary. Work on your own business and build your asset base until it can replace your job income. Chapter 4. The history of taxes and the power of corporations. This chapter explains how rich people legally avoid paying heavy taxes. Originally, taxes were meant to target the rich, but over time, the burden fell on the middle class. The rich learned how to use corporations to protect and grow their wealth. A corporation is not a person. It's a legal entity that can earn, spend, and invest money. When a rich person owns a corporation, they follow this sequence: earn, spend, pay taxes. But an employee follows this sequence: earn, pay taxes, spend. Corporations allow the rich to deduct expenses, travel, vehicles, salaries before paying taxes. That's how they reduce their taxable income legally. Rich Dad wanted Robert to learn financial, legal, and accounting skills so he could use these tools wisely, not to cheat, but to be smart. Lesson: learn how money and taxes work. Build financial intelligence to protect your wealth. Chapter 5: The Rich Invent Money. Most people say, I can't afford it. Rich Dad taught Robert to change the question to, how can I afford it? This small shift in thinking opens your mind to opportunities instead of shutting it down with excuses. The truth is, opportunities are everywhere, but most people can't see them because they lack financial education and confidence. Rich Dad explained that money is not real, it's an idea. You can create money through ideas, deals, and investments if you know how to identify them. For example, Robert once found a piece of real estate selling far below its market value. He borrowed money, bought it, and resold it for a huge profit. He didn't need money to start, he needed knowledge and courage. Lesson: money is created through ideas. Financial education gives you the power to see opportunities that others miss. Chapter 6: Work to Learn, Don't Work for Money. When Robert was young, he worked in various jobs, from sales to marketing, not for income, but for skills. Rich Dad said, the most important skills for success are sales and communication. You might have the best idea in the world, but if you can't sell or communicate it, it's useless. Most people specialize in one field, like engineering, teaching, or medicine, but never learn how to sell, market, or manage money. That's why they remain stuck in the same income level. Robert learned accounting, investing, marketing, and leadership. He believed that the wider your skill set, the higher your income potential. Lesson: work to learn skills that make you financially smart, not just to earn a salary. Chapter 7: Overcoming Obstacles. Even after learning about money, most people never get rich because they're held back by 5 main obstacles. 1. Fear. Fear of losing money keeps people from taking opportunities. 2. Cynicism. What if it doesn't work? This negative thinking kills ambition. 3. Laziness. Not physical laziness, but mental laziness, the unwillingness to think or learn new things. 4. Bad habits. Spending before saving or ignoring financial health. 5. Arrogance. Thinking you already know everything and refusing to learn. Rich Dad taught Robert that failure is part of success. Every rich person has lost money at some point, but they learn from it instead of giving up. He said, winners are not afraid of losing, but losers are. Failure is part of the process of success. Lesson: face your fears and learn from your mistakes. That's how you grow financially and mentally. Chapter 8: Getting Started. Many readers might agree with the lessons, but still not know where to begin. In this chapter, Robert gives 10 steps to start your financial journey. 1. Find a reason greater than reality. Have a strong purpose, a why that drives you. Without motivation, you'll give up easily. 2. Choose daily discipline. Don't wish for quick money. Build good habits, reading, learning, and managing your expenses. 3. Choose your friends carefully. Spend time with people who talk about ideas and investments, not just salaries and gossip. 4. Master one formula, then learn a new one. Keep learning. Each investment or business has its own rules. Study them. 5. Pay yourself first. Always save and invest before paying bills. This forces you to be creative in managing money. 6. Pay your brokers and advisors well. Don't be cheap when it comes to good advice. Experts help you grow faster. 7. Be an Indian giver. Always look for returns. Get back more value than you spend. 8. Buy luxuries last. Build your assets first. Use income from your assets to buy luxuries later. 9. Have heroes. Learn from successful people. Their stories and strategies can inspire you. 10. Teach and you shall receive. The more you share your knowledge, the more you learn. Teaching reinforces learning. Lesson: Start small, but start now. Financial freedom comes from mindset and discipline, not luck. Chapter 9. Still want more? Here are some to-dos. Robert gives practical suggestions to continue the financial learning journey. 1. Stop doing what doesn't work. If you're not making progress financially, change your approach. 2. Find new ideas every day. Read books, attend seminars, listen to people smarter than you. 3. Take action. Reading alone won't make you rich. Implement what you learn. 4. Start small. Begin with small investments or business ideas. Learn before you go big. 5. Pay attention to money flow. Notice where your money goes. It reveals your habits. 6. Look for opportunities. Crisis times often hide the best deals and investments. Lesson: money grows for those who stay alert, flexible, and willing to act. Core philosophy of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Throughout the book, Robert compares the beliefs of his two dads. Poor dad's beliefs: go to school, get a good job. Our house is our biggest asset. I can't afford it. Work for money. Play it safe. The government should help us. Rich dad's beliefs: learn to make money work for you. Your house is a liability unless it earns for you. How can I afford it? Let money work for you. Take calculated risks. Take control of your finances yourself. Study hard to acquire financial education. Lesson: the difference between rich and poor is not money, it's mindset. Modern relevance. Even decades after its release, Rich Dad Poor Dad remains relevant. In today's world, job security is uncertain, inflation is rising, and technology is changing everything. People who depend only on salaries are more vulnerable than ever. Robert's message is clear. Be financially literate. Build multiple income sources. Invest in assets, not appearances. Focus on freedom, not just comfort. He urges readers to think like entrepreneurs and investors, not employees. Conclusion: Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad is not just a book about money. It's a book about mindset. It challenges traditional beliefs and teaches us that being educated is not enough. We need financial education. The rich are not necessarily smarter. They just have a different way of thinking. They understand how money flows, how to manage risk, and how to use opportunities wisely. If you want to be rich, learn constantly. Invest in assets. Build financial discipline. Take smart risks. Let money work for you. The biggest takeaway: the poor and middle class work for money. The rich make money work for them. Final message of this book. The book teaches that financial freedom is not achieved through a high-paying job, but through financial intelligence. Your education and mindset determine your wealth, not your salary. Start learning how money works, invest in yourself, and build assets that bring you income even when you're not working. By applying lessons from this book in your life, in money, you can make it to life you wanted always. Subscribe to our channel if wanted to listen more self-help books. Share to those who are struggling financially. Thank you.